Did it, Maggie.
You did it too.
You did it. This is all you. Tell people.
Okay,
What did you
after
do?
after a full year, Amanda, a full year of suggesting reviews for people to leave on our podcast, we finally had someone take us up on it. So, Brenna Holloway, you may have written that our podcast is an American treasure because that is exactly what we told you to write in the episode. But in all truth, you are the American treasure. Thank you so much. Gosh,
Brenda,
it filled my
thank
heart with
you.
joy.
Maggie was over the moon. And I know that I was with her last weekend when she saw it and over the moon, truly.
I made it the background, the screensaver on my phone.
Replaced her
I was
children.
so dang happy. Yeah, I don't care. I see them every day, but it's not every day you see a review that's in your own words by someone else. What a hero.
Thank you. Thank you, Brenna. We also had some other big news. We had one of our television heroes, the one and only Mr. Bradley Whitford, did not one, not two, but three things. Maggie, he liked one of our reels. He liked the one called the
Woo!
Donna Moss rule. He then reposted the Donna Moss rule.
He
And
really
then
liked it.
he went ahead and followed us. And so Bradley Whitford times three. It is the rule of threes. This is such a good precursor to us really priming the pump before he joins us as a guest on the podcast, because I did slide right into his DMs after he followed us and said, "Hey, thank you so much for the follow. And what are the chances you want to join us?" So if you all have an in with Mr. Whitford beyond us just being mutually following each other on social media, let us know, because we can't wait to have him on. He is one of the good guys.
Hey, should I clap?
I think you should clap. So much energy. We should just clap and get into it.
1, 2, 3.
And I think you have a brief. I'll go ahead and let people know what season and episode we're watching first. This is The West Wing, Season 2, Episodes 3 through 6.
Okay, here is my brief.
Okay.
It's a midterm shakeup in DC. Out with the old and in with the new. Did the Bartlett administration flip the House? No, but they did flip a smart and sassy brunette foil for one of the main White House bros into a smart and sassy blonde foil for one of the other main White House bros. Yes, they did. Hell yeah. See you later, Mandy. Hello, Ainsley. Lots of other political stuff happens, but honestly, Ainsley is the best character addition, and I am just so excited to see how this politiplot thickens.
You are such a fan of Ainsley Hayes. Such a fan.
I am. And I want to use a disclaimer here
Do it.
because I have not seen, just to reiterate, I have not seen The West Wing in its entirety. This is my first time watching. I'm also, despite being blonde and living in Texas for a long time, not a Southern blonde Republican. Okay. So I'm not Ainsley fangirling. I just feel like she is such a good character and we needed her for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I think the fact that you explained it to me last weekend of her being the correct kind of foil that we needed, because the
Yes.
Mandy being the foil to Josh Lyman, yes, they bickered, yes, they had a past. They were ultimately on the same team because they worked for the Bartlett administration. So they had the same end goal in mind. So it was hard for her to really be that foil. But you pointed out Ainsley coming in is not a fan of the Bartlett administration. In fact, she goes toe to toe or head to head or, booty to booty, one booty to booty, but like
Not yet.
whatever,
Not
not
yet.
yet, right? With Sam Seaborn. And they're not on the same page.
They're not on the same page, but they're similar characters. So Sam, and I'm not a Sam fan,
No.
but he is so buttoned up and so pretentious in a lot of ways, and he's always got an answer. He's very, very smart. I'm going to give him that.
Yes.
Ainsley is also very, very smart, very put together, almost like too put together. People don't even know what she's saying half the time because her speech patterns are just so like intellectual. They're like out of a novel from like the 1850s.
It is. They even say, do people talk like that? Why did you say it this way? Because she does have some phraseology that's kind of like reminiscent of old George W. Bush. Like she
Some
says things,
phraseology.
yeah, some phraseology. Just saying.
I think she sounds smarter than George W.
Sure.
But, what do I know? Anyways, I'm really glad that she's there. And when we meet her, she's just wiping the floor with Sam. And I appreciate that.
A
He
good floor
needed to be.
wiping. We like a good floor
taken
wiping.
down,
Hmm.
mop that floor. And I don't really agree with her politics, but I think that she's really good because she does provide just that other angle.
Hmm.
And I also appreciate that when Leo offers her a job, because she does such a good job kicking Sam's booty
Right.
on live television,
Hmm.
that she takes the job ultimately. Like she's kind of not sure she wants to work in the White House under this administration, but she always has wanted to. So, as an act of service, a civil servant, she
Yes.
takes it because she knows she can do good work.
It's almost as if she is no longer just serving at the pleasure of the president, but she's serving at the honor of her country. It's she's doing this for the country and not because of the Bartlett administration. So,
Yeah, because our country's supposed to be about lots of different people being able to
yes.
come together and do the job,
Hmm.
be Americans, get things done. And so she's putting all of her differences aside, but she's not abandoning herself to just do whatever Bartlett wants. Like she's not going to be his lackey. She's going to push back in a way that moves the country forward.
Yeah, and what's interesting to think about when this was happening. So this was airing in like 2000, and this was back during a time when while there were political differences between the two parties, they still could really reach across the table and get some stuff done. And I think this is a fun storyline to think about then because it actually could have happened back during this time.
It
People who
could
are
have.
watching could have seen, oh, this could actually happen. And I think this makes sense. Now, current times in this economy, I don't think so. We are
It's
not seeing
fanfic.
it. It is fanfic. So it's nice that we got to see some real life cooperation with two different parties,
Do you think
26 years
if
ago.
more people watched The West Wing, then we would have a very different process right now? Like that the Americans would be better people if just more
Absolutely.
people watched it. If more
Absolutely.
people watched The
Watch the
West
West
Wing,
Wing.
our
Yes,
country could be in a totally different place.
I do think so. I do because you will continue to watch this as part of our project here, and you will watch the rest of this show. And there are going to be so many times because when I watched it just a few years ago for the first time, I kept thinking, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that we are still talking about this stuff 22, 23, 24, 25 years later." And it's some of it is wildly different, and some of it is stuff that I think, did they pull this from a headline? Like, are the headlines being pulled from the West Wing from 25 years ago? Because it's that specific.
It should be required watching, like required reading. Everyone should have to watch The West Wing.
Well,
And
we've
I'm
really
only in
changed. We've already
season
changed the
two.
required reading in schools. So maybe
I
why
just
not
call
go?
required television.
Yes, we should go ahead and require some television.
Okay. Also, Ainsley takes the job despite Lionel Tribby being her boss, and he's such a hothead, such a firecracker. And he comes
Oh
in
my
hot
gosh.
because he's like, "Why are you calling a special session?" He doesn't even want to be there. He's supposed to be drinking drinks with tiny straws in them.
Okay,
He's mad.
real quick, Depot for you. You're going on a vacation and all you can think about is drinks with tiny straws. What is the
Mhm.
drink and where is that vacation?
Okay, this is going to be a chilled white wine
Okay.
on some sort of mountain overlooking a lake, right? And I'm on a patio. I'm on like
Okay.
a
Okay.
deck at a nice winery, maybe
Hmm.
nice vineyard, and I just get a
Hmm.
chilled glass of white wine. And they're like, "We don't usually put tiny umbrellas in this." And I'm like, "I'm on vacation. Customer's always right." And then they put a tiny
Tiny
umbrella in a
umbrella.
Pinot Grigio.
Love it. I love
You?
that idea. I would be thrilled to go on that vacation with you, Maggie. So anytime we want to do that, I would love that. I would also, I just got back from a true beach vacation with my best friend that I haven't done a true beach vacation. Well, that's not true. I went on one last year to Greece,
You're like always
but
on beach vacation.
yeah, we were doing a lot of things on that vacation. This one was a true Monday to Friday. We never left the resort. And so I think right now there's a recency bias for me, but I want something like a Bahama Mama, which is, I believe, the pina colada and the daiquiri swirled together, or the mango madman, or whatever it is. That's, how they swirl a bunch of just frozen things.
It's so
And it
good.
does have an umbrella in it. And I don't get up. They won't even let you get up. And they bring it to you, and I can see the beach, but also I might be sitting at the pool while I could see the beach. So I have the option to go splash around in nature's bathtub out there in the ocean, or I can hop it into the actual bathtub. I will say this fun fact. I'm a woman of a certain age where when I was on this vacation, my best friend Lauren and I, we participated in the water aerobics that they had at the pool every day. And then they had dance classes in the afternoon. So there's water aerobics at 11 and dance at 4, dance aerobics. And you would think, oh gosh, a bunch of old people and then these two young girls. You're wrong. It was a bunch of all of us youngins out there doing it because it was good exercise. And then you could have your drinks in the pool, and you could get a little fitness in. It was so
Yes.
excellent.
It's like going to jazzercise and you're like, oh man, am I too young for this? No, you're the exact right age for jazzercise.
Absolutely. Let's bring
This
back
also made me
jazzercise.
think, yeah, bring back jazzercise.
Yeah.
You mentioned drinks, and I didn't even think about this, but in these series of episodes, there is
Hmm.
a drink that is mentioned. It's an egg cream drink, which is
Mm,
chocolate, milk, and seltzer.
bring it.
And Toby's like, yeah, this is an egg cream. And it's like everyone knows about this drink. I had never heard of this drink. You say bring it? Did I hear that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. Here's why.
Bring it
I
like to you? Bring it to
Yeah,
you to drink?
bring it to me to drink. Bring me an egg cream. You know what? Throw a tiny umbrella in it.
Oh,
Throw a
that's the
tiny
only way I
umbrella.
could drink it.
Throw a tiny umbrella in there and bring me an egg cream. Have I had it? No. Will I like it? I think so.
I think so. It's like
I think
spicy. It's
so.
like bubbly milk.
Bubbly chocolate milk is, oh my gosh, Maggie, do you know how much I love chocolate milk? Have we ever talked about it? Like I'm
No.
obsessed with chocolate milk. And I'm not talking
What?
about, no offense, I do appreciate the way you make chocolate milk, which is how we made it growing up, which is milk, add some chocolate syrup.
Right.
Your girl, when she's splurging, wants chocolate milk already made. Okay? The
Yeah.
thickness of it,
Hmm.
it is just better. I do not
From
buy
a
it.
dairy.
I will literally drink an entire half gallon of chocolate milk in one sitting. And so I don't really keep it around. Occasionally, I will go through Chick-fil-A and get the kids' meal and ask for chocolate milk so that I can have a little treat. I also love a bubble. So why wouldn't I love these two things together?
I have literally never once in my entire time knowing you seen you drink chocolate milk.
Well, I splurge on it about as often as I do eggnog. Have you seen me drink eggnog without the
No,
alcohol? Okay.
no.
At Christmas, I get one half gallon of eggnog, Christmas season. I go to Central Market and I splurge and I get something real tasty. Okay. And I drink that eggnog and I drink it in about 2 days. I drink a half a gallon of eggnog in about 2 days.
No, you're
And I've
telling
maxed
me.
out. Right. It's awful, but that's why I can't keep it around because I know what happens. It's also similar to that time in my life, which you do know about when I was eating condensed milk out of the can.
Yes,
It
I
was
do know
during
at that time.
COVID, and that's really all I would eat is I would eat a can of condensed milk and then just walk around the block for hours thinking what's happening, and then go home and watch Contagion and drink wine.
More condensed milk. Yeah. No.
So,
And some wine.
so I have
Well,
to have a little bit of discipline.
okay. Well, if you drink an egg cream, I'll drink an egg cream.
Should we do it on the
Tiny
next
umbrella or
episode?
not. Yeah, I think I have to get some chocolate milk. I'm gonna splurge and get the good kind though.
I think we
Now
have
that
to
you
get the
said
good
that,
kind. And
and
then
some
just a
good seltzer.
plain sparkling, like nothing flavored. We don't want to put
Okay.
mango madness inside of that egg cream.
Okay. All right, I can
Okay.
do it.
We'll do that
Cool.
live
Let's
next time.
see. Excellent.
Excellent.
Uh, the only other thing about this whole Ainsley, I mean, there's a lot that I could talk
There's a
about, but
lot.
we do have a
I
lot
have
of
a,
other things to talk
we
about.
do. And I have a couple of fun facts about this too.
Oh, okay, please. Yes.
So Ainsley Hayes, the girl who played it, I think her name is Emily Carter. Emily, let's see here. Now I'm gonna have to edit that out. What is her name? I can't find it. The girl who played. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Have
Can
I
you hear
lost
me?
you? Yeah, there you are. I've lost you. The girl who played Ainsley Hayes, I think her name was Emily. When she auditioned, she was a struggling actress, as they kind of all are, and shows up to the audition in a very beat up car, barely even got to the audition, was wearing what she says like a really bad outfit that involved some purple pants. And apparently she had to go back and re-audition because her outfit didn't really match the role. Sorkin originally wrote this role as a brunette, and she said, no, I'm not changing my hair. I'm keeping it the same. And that accent, that draw that she has, she's either from South Carolina or North Carolina. So that's actually how she talks. So, fun fact about her. Another fun fact, and not so fun, but the scene where Rob Lowe goes in and he confronts two of the White House staff who have been bullying Ainsley, and they sent her dead flowers and left a card on it that said bitch, and he sees it. He goes in to confront them and ultimately fire them. They had to continue to reshoot that scene because Rob Lowe, the actor, was so worked up about the fact that this scene was happening, not because it was happening, but because this was pulled from some real life scenarios that had been happening in the White House recently. And Sorkin found out about it. So he just kind of ripped it from what was real life. And it was just really bothering Rob Lowe that this was actually happening to women in the White House. So I don't know if that changes your opinion, though you have said you love Rob Lowe. So this may not be a Rob Lowe issue.
I appreciate Rob Lowe. It's the Sam Seaborn of it all, you know.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
I do have a depo for you really quick since we're talking about
Oh,
Ainsley Hayes. Lionel
yeah.
Tribby, okay, is played by none other than John Larroquette. Who is
Yes.
John Larroquette to you?
Yeah. As soon as he hit the screen, I was like, oh man, that's Lawrence Van Doe. That's Lawrence Van Doe from Richie Rich, the
Oh
Macaulay
my
Culkin
gosh.
show. That or the movie. That was
Who he
incredible.
is to you?
Yeah. Lawrence
Okay.
Van Doe. He was the bad guy. Did you watch Richie Rich?
No, I did not.
Rich. It's a great movie. Honestly, should have earned him some accolades because he really is just trying to take over this family's company. And you're like, dude, Lawrence Van Doe, chill out.
Oh my gosh.
Let the riches be fine. He like kidnaps them. There's a whole battle scene on Mount Rushmore. Like this is a film. This isn't just a movie.
Okay.
You
Well,
know?
I know him from Night Court. Did you watch Night Court?
I've heard of Night Court.
You have
But
heard of Night Court?
yeah, I've heard of
Okay.
it, but I don't really know anything about it.
It was
No.
funny.
Okay.
And yes,
He's funny.
he's funny. He got 4 Emmys for Night Court.
What?
Yes. Either nominated or won. I can't remember. I believe he won 4 Emmys for Night Court. Night Court was a big deal. I loved Night Court and like news radio. Like there are a couple of shows that were happening. News radio is actually probably after Night Court. But man, I remember watching Night Court and I feel like Moonlighting was coming on right around that time. Sybil Shepherd. Is any of this familiar to you? It's really
No.
dating me.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is
All right.
so this is
All
like
right.
the court that I watched was like Judge Judy, you know.
Sure.
That was like the kind of court that I was watching after
Yeah.
school, you know.
Yeah. This was probably the original like law procedural, like comedic law procedural Night Court, you know? It was kind of like a funny Perry Mason.
Funny. Are there other funny procedural law shows? Maybe it's the only
Maybe. Maybe.
until we write one.
Huh. I think we're pretty well equipped. We're our sisters-in-law.
Yeah, I mean, we got law in our name
Yeah.
basically.
Duh. Legally.
I'm going to move off of Ainsley because there
That's fine.
is more to talk
Yeah.
about. Okay.
Yeah.
In these 4 episodes that I just watched for the first time, there also seems to be a lot of themes of like, that's not how our democracy works, right? America doesn't run this way. America runs on Duncan, not on these tricks and
Sure.
trades that people are doing. Right.
Okay.
So it's like Toby can't go and make everyone register to be in the FBI, even though there was just a shooting, right? You can't make white supremacists go and be on a database. You can't do that, right? You can't make people sign up just because they're a part of a group. Bartlett
Right.
can't weigh in on a school board, even if the guy who's going to be running and winning this school board seat is an actual wacko, crazy loon.
Yes.
They also can't call a special session to force a legislation because they have this lame duck Congress, even
Right.
though they've been working really hard to get this legislation. A lot of those folks got voted out, so
Yeah.
they're not going to do it because that's not how democracy works.
Right.
They're not going to deny Danny Kincannon an interview just because his publication has been writing bad things about President Bartlett. They aren't going to flip the House, like they didn't do it, and so they just have to sit with that. They're all like very good losers, okay? They're not pushing back or trying to run these crazy backdoor schemes. They're like, dang, we spent 4 months and $400 million and we didn't win. Dang. And they all,
Yeah.
after they've realized that, they're sitting on this porch and Josh is wearing huge pajamas and they just raise their beers and say, God bless America over and over
Yeah.
again. God
Yeah.
bless America.
That flip was a flop.
Flip or flop
Flip or
at the
flop.
house.
At the house, right? A new HGTV series. When do you?
It's mostly flops these days, but you know, it could be a flop.
Mainly flops. Yeah. We got a set of midterms coming up, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
see.
interestingly enough, fun fact, if you'd like another one,
Yes, please.
um the midterms, let's see here. The midterms aired 3 weeks before the actual presidential election.
This episode,
I think it was this
like
episode.
these midterm episode was right before the actual presidential election,
Yes,
and that was a
because
contentious one.
yes,
Speaking
this
of good
was
losers,
yeah, it was the Bush Gore thing. It was the Bush Gore thing. It was the Bush Gore election. And so it ended up being quite contentious. And so they didn't think that they were going to be getting like this much traction, but they were airing these political episodes right around the time of the 2000 election, the general election. So
the hanging chads,
the hanging Chads, right? Chads just swinging around on the monkey bars out there, hanging,
hanging
truly
out.
hanging out.
Wow. I mean, that was, I feel like, I mean, I was young, right? So I was in 6th grade, but that was the first time that it was like, dang, we don't know who won. And it's all coming down to Florida.
Right. And it feels like there's been a lot of times since then where we're like, dang, we don't know who won. But that was the very first time where like you didn't go to bed knowing who your next president was going to be.
Right. Yeah.
And now
I know,
you
basically my
go to
whole
bed.
life.
Yeah, you go to bed now. You're like, okay, well, it's slowly creeping up, tick 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 tick, one way or the other. So, like with the 2020 election, we didn't find out until Saturday morning.
Oh, I forgot about that. I've blocked so
Yeah,
many things out.
the "We Did It, Joe" call, which I received a text from you today. We did it, Joe. That happened on a Saturday morning, around
That's
10:30
a
or
good
11
meme.
a.m.
That's a good meme. That was maybe one of the best things that came out
Yeah,
of the Biden administration was "We Did It, Joe."
we did it,
Right
Joe.
off the
Yeah,
bat.
I think there were some
Really
other
set
good
the
things that
tone.
came out of the Biden administration besides just that, but it really was a strong start.
It was a strong start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that was interesting how everyone's holding President Bartlett on account. Like he's holding people to account. Everyone's taking responsibility for the democracy, which is how democracy works and how it's supposed to go.
So interesting to think about that.
Yeah. Also, just a note, they say God bless America. They all literally, everyone on the porch says it. And I feel like Sorkin does that a lot. Like a lot of these
Oh,
episodes, considering we're only a couple episodes into season 2, there have been multiple times where it's like, oh, we all just say, I serve at the pleasure of the president. I serve at the pleasure of the president. God bless America. God bless America. They're all just going
yeah.
around and saying
It's
the
basically
same line.
in a round. Could have been even sung in a round if you wanted it.
It's an acting exercise,
It is
too.
truly. It's interesting because Sorkin will do that and repeat a line over and over again. He will also, in the same episode, assume that you understand the time dash and can catch up to everything that has happened politically and within these character stories. And then you're sitting there thinking, did that actually happen? Wait a minute. Are they engaged? What's going on? Did they pass that bill? So it's fun to see how he really not jumps the shark, but just assumes that you are smarter than you really are. And then also treats you like a dum dum and repeats the line 10 times.
It's a nice little ebb and flow. Nice little way to start and end. Which,
Yeah.
speaking of things that you don't know if you missed, did we know that Danny Kincannon had gotten an editor position? Because CJ just drops that. She's talking, she talks to the president, then he leaves the room. She's talking to Danny, and she's like, you know, you turned down this editor position, and we could be dating, basically, if you would have accepted it.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, I had no idea. That's why she's mad at him? Or that's one of the reasons why she's mad at him?
So you asked me that just casually before we hopped on the podcast when we were together last weekend, and I also don't remember that, and I've seen it multiple times. Sometimes I'll doze off, but when I doze off, I wake back up and I hit rewind because I'm a faithful TV watcher. And I don't recall it either, Maggie. It could have been another one of those Sorkin specials.
There's just so much happening that it's
Yeah.
almost impossible. I'm gonna have to watch this show 4 times in
know.
order to truly appreciate it.
I think
Although
we
I
have
appreciate
to
it.
call it the Sorkin special from now on. Whenever he just assumes that we know a lot that we don't know.
And then the Sorkin double special when everyone says things twice.
Yes, because it's double.
Some other things that happen, heavier topics, if you will. It does feel kind of strange that President Bartlett basically calls the shooting a lynching because they were going after Charlie, this shooting that happened in the very beginning, the first 2 episodes. But he's like, but we can't do anything. We can't do anything about it. And that feels like so completely hopeless and also completely opposite of what I predicted was going to happen. Because I was like, they're going to get tougher gun laws. They're going to go and do hate crimes. They're going to like figure out all of the details and get the bad guys. And they don't. They're just like, we can't do anything. Maybe Josh Lyman can sue for medical bills.
Maybe.
That's so wild. Some other hopeless things, if I may. There's this whole episode with the president of a country from Africa is there meeting with Big Pharma and President Bartlett because he's hoping for a Hail Mary. He's hoping for a miracle.
Yeah.
And they can't help him despite the incredible emotional story, despite so many millions of people dying. The Big Pharma can't help them because the people of his country don't even have watches, so they wouldn't be able to take the medicine to actually help them. So it'd be sunken cost and it wouldn't actually help the situation. Then you're like, dang, this sucks. Like, what a hopeless, stupid situation. So sad. Turns out he's about to leave and his country has had a coup. His wife has been kidnapped. His sons are killed. And he still gets on the plane and then he is murdered. And President Bartlett just gets that news while he's wearing a sweater. And he's like, dang, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was like,
The amount of stuff that I know, it was really sad. And also like just the frequency and the gravity of things that president is dealing with. Any president is dealing with. Like, I can't imagine it gets easier, and I can't imagine that you get desensitized to it, but that's it. I can't
hopelessness
imagine.
of it,
Yeah,
you
the
know?
hopelessness of
But
yeah.
But I think that is, even though I think that the show is very funny many times, I think that gravity helps it feel like I want to come back and watch it because I don't know how things are going to end. Sometimes they're going to solve really big problems and sometimes they're not. And so I'm really invested in every storyline because I
Yeah.
don't know where it's going to go. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's going to have a happy ending or if I'm going to be in tears in my bed watching it. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to go back to something you said earlier. You love a good floor mopping, when Ainsley mopped the floor with Sam and really kind of gave it to him. We saw President Bartlett do that too in one of my favorite scenes in this entire series. And that is the scene where they have all of the radio hosts that have come in, which would be, if this was happening now, would be people like us, like famous podcasters, but these were very famous radio hosts. And this woman is seated, and I can't remember the name of her character. I think it's a Claire or something.
Dr.
Yeah,
Titus.
Dr. Titus. And she is seated and she comes in, and ultimately Bartlett goes Bible verse for Bible verse with her, and not with her, but just comes at her and really tears apart, not necessarily the Bible, but the beliefs that I would like to say, people like cherry pick the Bible sometimes and think it happens then, it happens now. And this is based on real life. So there was a very popular right-wing radio host, Dr. Laura Schlesinger, who had said that she thought that at one point homophobia or being homosexual was a biological error. And then somebody wrote an open letter to her. It was anonymous, but it was like an open letter. And it was very, very much similar to what happened in that scene. So Sorkin kind of pulled that from real life because it was circulating at the time, and had Bartlett perform that letter as a monologue. And I love that scene. He takes her to Sunday school on that.
He takes her to Sunday school and uses her as a mop to clean up
Yes. The Sunday
some
school mess.
Sunday school mess because it gets a little messy sometimes. Lots
Gets a
of
little messy.
crayons.
Yeah.
That is interesting. It's like life imitating art, imitating life. Just
So many things in here.
All the things.
We might have to cover a separate episode where we talk about all of the things that the West Wing kind of ended up foreshadowing and predicting, and then all the things in real life that then the West Wing pulled in. It's interesting to see, like, whenever I'm digging up fun facts, what Sorkin pulled from real life, and then what happened, and then happened later, in real life.
Yes, like
because
how
of the
West
West
Wing
Wing.
influenced. Yeah. Also, gosh, it's like this fun reception, just to take it back to this fictional world. It's this super fun reception of radio hosts, and they're just gabbing and talking. And at first
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be us, like podcasters, we'd be there. And then you're like, oh no, this woman's awful. And also they're kind of obnoxious. So I was like, no, we wouldn't be like that.
We wouldn't go to that
Bartlett
one.
would Bartlett would be like, I got to hang out with those girls, those ladies, those
Yeah.
women of the only shows.
Right? Well, he does have a podcast as well. So we're hoping that he'll also want to join us. He did like one of our comments. So I think he knows we exist too.
I like to think that we're in the world, we're in existence
Yeah, I think,
in their mind.
I
They're
think
probably
Daddy
thinking
Bartlett
about us.
knows.
Daddy
They
Bartlett.
probably are thinking about us more than we realize that they're thinking about us, because that's typically true with life, is that people are usually thinking about you a lot more than you give them credit for. They're usually sitting around
Only
thinking
when
about
it's
you
good
all the
things.
time.
Yeah.
Only when it's good things, never
Yeah.
when it's bad things or
No.
controversial. So
No one ever thinks bad things about us ever.
never. Why would they?
Never.
In fact, they only leave good reviews.
Yeah. Only good reviews.
Yeah, only good
Hey,
reviews for Only Show
I can like
fans.
see the future of that. I like
Yeah.
can predict that we're only getting the good reviews.
Would you like to maybe then just take a trip down to Prediction Town with me?
Yeah. Should we walk?
I was thinking we could just do horses.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Great. Nay!
Okay, all in favor? Nay. Uh,
Real
let's hear
quick,
it.
did you ever ride
Yes.
horses? You ever ride a
Yeah.
horse?
At summer camp.
Western, Eastern? What'd you do?
Well, we were in
Western.
Texas, so that's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Western, because we rode with a saddle, like just and cowboy boots. Is there another way to ride? Wait, I don't know the difference. You tell how much I didn't remember it.
Oh, it's just how you hold the reins. I only rode a couple times. I fell off the horse and I was like, I'm not going back on that horse. And the lady
We
was
held
like,
them
you
with our
literally have
hands.
to.
We held them with our hands. Sometimes
Did
rested
you,
our hand on this on the
was it
little
like one rein or was it like two reins? Did you
two, I
pull it
think.
to turn him or did you move it on his neck?
I think we moved it on his neck.
Yeah, that's Western.
Yeah, it was probably Western for sure. Also, I did this at summer camp, and the beginner class when you first get there, like your first year at camp, is called Colts, Colts, and then you can go to like Palominos and all this stuff, right? I think Stallion is like the graduating class. I never made it that far. I had to repeat Colts when I was like in fifth grade with a bunch of second graders. And so riding horses and snow skiing are things that I have done. Don't ever have to do them again, but I'm happy to support you if you do. So I know enough about the world to say I've done it, and that's it.
Good for you.
Yeah. What about you?
For you. Yeah, I did lessons, but only briefly. And then again, I fell off the horse and I was like, I'm not getting on. And she's like, you have to get back on the horse. And I was like, no, that's just a saying. I don't
Yeah,
have to
that's
do it.
true.
And I
Well,
didn't.
let's take one more round down to Prediction Town because I feel like we walked all the way through it. How's it? Okay, there we are. We're good. What do you got?
Excellent. Okay. I think that Ainsley will continue to influence Sam, and Sam will continue to influence Ainsley, and they will end up both moderates.
Okay,
Two of them will be moderates.
great.
I think that CJ and Danny Kincannon will ultimately hook up.
Okay.
I think they will. This is all relationships. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen in the politics world, but these people, let me see. I think they will ultimately date, but I think it's going to take a long time. I don't think I'm going to see that until season 5 or 6. Maybe eventually he takes an editor position, or she just gets over this, or they have a scandal and it breaks and they come through on the other side. But I think that they have some good chemistry, and so I could see that happening.
Okay.
I do think I think that Charlie and Zoe are actually going to come out of this stronger. And then in the first couple episodes of this, it was like, oh no, they're kind of having a hard time. But I think they're going to process their grief together. And I think they are going to get through this. I think they're going to be really strong relationships. I don't think it's going to be awkward, him working for her dad because they broke up. Like, I think they're going to do a good job there.
Okay.
And then, oh wait, you know what else we didn't even talk about?
What?
How horny the president is.
Let's talk about it. We'll talk about it really quick. Go ahead and finish your prediction, and then I'll edit this back in to horniness.
Okay. And then I think that Donna is going to end up being, she's already in the credits, right? So season 2, she gets a credit. Donatella Moss, we learned her name
Donatella.
is. I think she's going to, gosh, I don't want this to happen, but I feel like it's going to happen. And I also feel like people are going to be like, why wouldn't you want that to happen? But I'm going to say it anyways. I really don't want Donna and Josh Lyman to date.
Okay.
I don't want it to happen because I've already seen Suits. There's already a secretary with good relationship with her boss, and they end up being in love and they end up getting married. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I like that they are just in this fun, brotherly, sisterly relationship where she can kind of read his mind. They kind of irk each other, and it doesn't need to get sexual.
Okay. No
Doesn't
sexual.
need to. Doesn't need to be sexual. It
Okay.
can just be platonic. So I think, but I have a feeling that they're going to end up dating. She
Okay.
gets this title card.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to have to be a main player, which means it's going
Mm-hmm.
to have to be personal, not just her breaking his chair. You know, it's going to have to get deeper.
Okay.
Those are my predictions.
Great. You want to real quick pop in and talk about the horny prez, and then we'll sign us
Yeah.
off.
Something random that happened in this episode 2 that I think is very important is that the president is so horny for his wife, Flotus. The POTUS is that he can hardly get through his radio address without fumbling through it. And he's like, I'm one take Bartlett. And dang if he doesn't spend all day into the night just trying to get this take, because he cannot stop thinking about
Rizzo.
his wife.
Yeah. He's got to
How
get.
he's
He's got to
medically
get to Rizzo.
cleared. Mm-hmm. How often do you think they've been doing it until he got shot? Like, how often that he has to go on medical leave and now he's like, I'm so revved up for you, Flotus.
Well, I think he was on medical leave for a while, like
Yeah, I guess.
6 weeks maybe. And so I think that they probably were doing it more than every 6 weeks for him to be that worked up about it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, with this and so many other things, when something is readily available to you, it doesn't bother you that much. You don't think about it, right? And then when it's all of a sudden taken away or there's restrictions put on you, you always want what you can't have. And so there could be that element of it too. But I would say that they were doing it more than once every 6
More
weeks.
than every 6 weeks.
More than every report card season,
Yeah,
Report
because
cards come out
she's
every 6
traveling.
weeks.
She's got a busy schedule.
She
He's
does.
got a busy schedule. You know, I'm sure they have bad days where they're just not in the mood. But
Yeah.
dang, he was like, gimme, Flotus.
Get me, come here, Rizzo. Rah!
Do you think they role play where she's the pink lady
Oh, for sure.
and he's Danny
He's Danny Zuko, maybe,
Zuko?
Thanks so much for tuning in. You can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
And if you don't know what to say in your review, you could say, I'm glad I don't have to wait 6 weeks for this podcast to drop. Gimme, Rizzo.
5 stars.
5 stars.